Thanks so much, President Garvey. It is an incredible honor. Let me just first start by asking, are there any football fans in here? Is this microphone working? Are there any football fans in here? Here we go. President Garvey, trustees, university administrators, Dean Attridge, faculty, staff, distinguished guests, parents, family, alumni, and especially the graduating class of 2015, it is truly an honor for me to be here with you today. I would be remiss if I didn't begin by offering you all a heartfelt congratulations for surviving 3, or in the case of night students, 4 years of one of the most rigorous, and you may not believe it now, but rewarding intellectual exercises you'll ever experience. Now, I realize that I'm one of the only things standing between you and liquid refreshments that you're eagerly awaiting to toast your graduation with, so I'll attempt to be brief. 25 years ago, when I graduated, I was equally as thirsty as you are now. Like you, thirsty for an adventure I could only imagine. Thirsty to put all the hard work to practice everything I had learned, to better myself, to build a career, and see where opportunity and that hard work took me. I look around this basilica and I see the same restlessness I had for what came next, eager to tackle life's great challenges. It's no secret that I love football. I always have. And I've always appreciated the link between football and life, the fumbles, the losses, and the amazing comebacks. To me, law school is simply the preseason. It's the quarters and the plays ahead that will define your story. If there's one thing I want you to remember today, it's this: success, however you personally define it, hinges on making the most of what you can control. We all get knocked down, we all lose the ball from time to time, and nothing tackles harder than real life. Sometimes you can't control how hard you get knocked down, but you can always control how you get back up. Those class rankings that matter so much today, or how well you did in moot court, or when you received the offer letter for your first job, are kind of meaningless tomorrow, I can tell you that. People stop asking about it. What really matters is what you do and who you do it for. Having attended this great law school, I know you're all smart enough to get the job done, but the question is, who and how many among you will go above and beyond? I learned a few things, and I set a course when I first graduated. I was eager to pause the learning and start the doing. So what I learned is life, like careers, they don't always work like that. You're gonna make some mistakes, so learn from them. And that was the first of my life's lessons, that there's always more to learn. And while the years you spend here will give you a tremendous start, you must stay curious, you must stay passionate, and you must stay open to discovering new things. The best coaches, the best players, the best people are those who keep innovating, keep on trying, and keep on learning. Because the wonderful and slightly terrifying truth, from this day forward, there are no more core curriculum, no more core competencies, no more ABA mandated contracts, torts, or commercial transactions. Do it right, and your entire career will be an elective that you yourself choose. So choose wisely. I did 3 things at the beginning of my career that served me well, and I want to share those things with you. I found that great mentors, working hard, and never giving up when faced with a challenge were 3 things to start off with. First, those mentors. When I got to the U.S. Attorney's Office, I looked for the lawyers with a little bit of gray hair and great reputations. I asked them if I could assist in second chair cases with them. And what I learned from them were that the principles of hard work and a presentation style that was considered, concentrated, and concise were critical to success. So I sought out the veterans on my team and asked them to show me the ropes. You'll be surprised how eager people are to help a young, ambitious self-starter. It's more simple than you think. All you need to do is ask a question, and then another question, and another. In life, as in football, your skills will improve with experience. Those of you who end up in courtroom will have the rules of evidence and procedure down so well in a few years that you're not even going to need a case book or a book when you go to court. But keep it with you just in case. When I transitioned into business and to the Arizona Cardinals, I did the same thing. I sought out the best leaders and innovators in the NFL and the sports world to seek their advice. As in the practice of law, I found my own unique style of business leadership, but grounded in the lessons I learned from the people who went before me. So that's lesson number one. Find your mentors and listen to the best and learn from the best. Great coaching makes a difference. Second, working hard. It's an oldie, but it works. I always tried to outwork my opponents, both in the courtroom and in business. There will always be somebody smarter, more articulate, or somebody who writes better briefs. But I could always control who was most prepared when it was time to go to work. Most NFL fans know Cardinals Pro Bowl receiver Larry Fitzgerald, who will surely go down in the history books as one of the best receivers in the history of our game. He is enormously talented, but what separates him from the rest of the talent is his work ethic. Even after his 8th Pro Bowl appearance, Larry can still be seen staying late after practice, catching over 100 footballs from our jugs machine. The smart young rookies follow his example. So remember, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Getting your work done early and well gives you the biggest advantage you can have. And if you're the hardest working member of your team, you will be the most respected person on your team. The third principle that I learned was equally simple, which is never give up. Let me say that again. Never give up. Whether sticking and searching for the highest principle of justice in the courtroom or a solution to the most challenging problem in your business, don't underestimate how important it is to remain resilient, persistent, and unrelenting. The Cardinals were fortunate enough to have a player whose story everyone knows. Kurt Warner was told by nearly everyone he wasn't good enough to play after college, but he believed in himself. He kept working out, and he stocked shelves to earn a paycheck at a grocery store to support his family. He eventually got a chance to play in the Arena League, but found himself able to enter the NFL to a 3-13 team, which the next year he got a chance to take over as quarterback and turned it into a 13-3 team that went to the Super Bowl, won it, and he became the NFL's most valuable player. The Rams, then the Giants, moved on from him. Most of the league thought he was done, but we believed in him. He joined the Cardinals and in 2008 took us to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 43 was the best game in my life until the last 35 seconds. To quote Vince Lombardi, we didn't lose that game, we just ran out of time. I couldn't say it better myself. Kurt Warner understands the value of determination, and he never gave up. Perhaps my own best lesson in persistence came from leading our efforts to build that stadium that you heard about earlier. It's world class. I began that effort in 1996 when I left the U.S. Attorney's Office. Little did I know that it would take over a decade to get it done. We were in the legislature 7 out of those 10 years, sometimes advancing legislation, sometimes trying to kill legislation that was trying to repeal parts of the stadium plan. Once we got it done, we had a vote. The first vote failed. We put together a plan B. That second vote passed. Then there were 2 taxpayer lawsuits. Both of them went all the way up to the Supreme Court of the state of Arizona. But in the end, we were able to put together the right game plan and get it done. This will be our 10th season there. The prior 9 seasons, we've sold out every single one of our games and expect to do the same going forward. The prior stadium, in 18 years, we had only sold out 12, so it was a big accomplishment. Because of that, we have gone from an afterthought in the community to the most dominant team in our marketplace by every measure. But we are still far from where we have been. We recognize there's still much work to do and where we want to get to ultimately. I shared with you the 3 areas of focus at the beginning of my career, but I found that those things, using great mentors, working hard, and being persistent, still pay off today. I want to share a few more points that I've learned as I progressed through my career. Your reputation in the legal community is everything. Zealously advocating for your clients and on behalf of your clients does not mean giving up your integrity as an individual or your ethics as a lawyer. For my classmates and me, these are the principles that were ingrained in us here at Catholic University Law School. Integrity and professionalism are keys to a successful legal career. Relationships matter too. A full 25 years later, my classmates and I still call each other for advice, work with each other on professional development. In fact, several of them helped contribute to this speech today. Work just as hard building a successful family and loyal friends as you do building a successful career. That investment will repay itself 1,000 times over. And lastly, you heard it before, give something back. One of the best parts of my job is how much I get to give back. And you will too. You are the next generation of leaders. You have the training and the tools. But it is so important that you have the vision and values to match those tools. So bring those skills and your energy to the things that you are passionate about. Your life's greatness will in the end be determined by your goodness. You see, it's not where you work that matters, but what you do. And in these times, your career, and more importantly, your impact, will not be about knowing what you stand for, but actually standing up for it. Even when the stakes are high, even or especially when the strongest tides are against you, we do things not because they are easy or hard, but because they're right. Following the tragedies of 9/11, we had a player who believed it was more important to stand up for America than to talk about it. Pat Tillman left a contract worth millions of dollars, an NFL career, and a new bride to join the Army with his brother. He lived with conviction and died in Afghanistan standing up for what he believed was right. And very often what is right is very, very hard. But don't back down. Feel the fear and do it anyway. I want to leave you now with a few things about the expectations I set for everyone that I work with at the Cardinals. It's a challenge to bring the best version of yourself to work every day. But these values apply to every aspect of your life, not just your job. So it's worth not just memorizing these values, but mastering them. First, do the job that you're asked to do and do it well. Don't be like that guy who's working on the next job. Work hard, take pride in your work in front of you, and deliver a product that matches your abilities and your commitment to excellence. You will be recognized for it, and you will excel in your careers. Second, communicate. In life, you'll find oftentimes people don't ask for help, and others will never know you need it. so be proactive. And in any endeavor, whether business or team, if everyone doesn't know the game plan and what routes everyone is running, it is impossible to have success. Third, be conscientious. Strive to not just know the material you're working on, but the people you're working with, the challenges they face, and what you can do to make a real difference in their lives. You will be rewarded with loyal clients, great partners, lifelong friends, and a loving family. Fourth, be a self-starter. Don't wait for somebody else to tell you when to begin, and never settle for mediocrity. The difference between that and excellence is smaller than you can believe, but it's all the difference on earth. So engage, connect, and remember that no matter how good you are, you can always be better. Our best ideas at the Cardinals come from our customers and our frontline employees. If they don't have the courage to push the ideas forward, we cannot innovate and serve our fans. And fifth, be a champion, not only in your work, but also in your life. You can't do it alone. So build a championship caliber team around you, both at work and in your personal life. And be a champion to your community. Give back with your time, your skill, and your resources. Everyone can make a difference. The simple truth is that there's so much good that we can all do in the world, and so many different ways to do it. And so often in life, it's just a matter of a simple choice to be that difference. So I want you all to take a moment to be very proud of all you've accomplished so far. It's been a great privilege to speak with you, and I, for one, believe you're going to be doing some great things over the years to come and decades from now. And finally, always remember, in football, as in life, it's not where we begin, but where we end that matters most. Today is the commencement. Congratulations, good luck, and go Cardinals. Thank you. Thank you.